Continuing to follow this story out of Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. Brooklyn Center is a suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and a veteran Brooklyn Center police officer has shot and killed an unarmed, innocent black youth, 20-year-old Dante Wright. And here's news footage out of Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, where the mother reacts, as well as some more information about this case. At the time of this newscast here, the Brooklyn Center, Minnesota Police Department had not yet released the body cam footage, which is disturbing. I posted it earlier, but it looks like what the story that they're probably going to go with is that the female veteran officer of the Brooklyn Center, Minnesota Police Department, instead of grabbing her taser, grabbed her gun. You could hear in the video, which again, just a warning, is very disturbing and graphic to watch. She does yell out taser, taser, taser several times, as police officers are trained to do before they deploy a taser. And shortly after she shoots with her gun, she shoots Dante Wright. You could hear the officer telling her other fellow officers that she had just shot him. Let's roll the video.
A minute later, I called and his girlfriend answered, which was the passenger in the car, and said that he'd been shot. She put it on the driver's side, and my son was laying there lifeless.
A mother fought through shock, grief, and tears tonight as she described her son Dante's last moments. Katie Wright said police shot and killed her 20-year-old son after pulling him over for having air fresheners hanging from his mirror. In a press release, police said the person had a warrant out for his arrest, and when they tried to arrest him, he got back into the car, and that's when an officer shot him. We have Sky 11 up right now. Here's a live look at Sky 11 outside the Brooklyn Center Police Station, where just a few moments ago we saw police officers using some kind of gas deterrence explosives on a crowd that is assembled around the police station there after giving them warning to walk away, essentially. It is about 3.5 miles to the east from where the scene of the shooting happened, which just happened just west of Brooklyn Boulevard on 63rd Avenue North. Now, Charmaine Nero has been following this developing situation all night. She just left the area a short time ago because the scene was getting a little bit chaotic there. But here's her story of what happened.
As crowds gathered at the intersection of 63rd and Lee in Brooklyn Center, the mother of 20-year-old Dante Wright identified her son as the man killed by police earlier today.
He said they pulled him over because he had air fresheners hanging from his mirror. They wanted to know about insurance. I will, when the police officer comes back to the window, put him on the phone and I will give him the insurance.
Brooklyn Center Police released an update saying officers pulled over a driver for a traffic violation on Orchard Avenue shortly before 2 p.m. Sunday. It's unclear why officers pulled over the driver, but officers say the driver identified by his mother as Wright had an outstanding warrant.
Then I heard the police officer come to the window and say, put the phone down and get out of the car. And Dante said, why? And he said, we'll explain to you when you get out of the car.
Brooklyn Center Police say as officers attempted to take the driver into custody, he got back into his car.
I heard the police officer say, Dante, don't run.
That's when police say an officer then discharged his weapon, striking the driver.
Like a minute later, I called and his girlfriend answered, which was the passenger in the car, and said that he'd been shot.
Again, as Charmaine said there, it is still unclear why police shot the young man. I understand he had a warrant and he was going back to his car, but that moment is still unclear as far as what happened there. We understand that the body cameras were worn by officers, that's according to police, as well as dash cam video. There you see some explosives going off on the ground there. This is in Brooklyn Center, just outside of the police station, as police are trying to control the scene there as crowds continue to grow in that area. We're going to continue to follow this situation as it develops throughout the night. You can trust us on that. Moving on now.